Hello and welcome back once again to the Wrestling Rant. It's time for the Battleground predictions. I just went and found the entire match card for the pay-per-view, and I have my predictions. So let's go ahead and start with that. As they announced, the kickoff match is going to be Dolph Ziggler versus Damien Sandow. There's nothing really on the line here. I don't even really understand the purpose of this match. I guess just to make sure that Ziggler and Sandow are on the pay-per-view in some way. But they're not really on the pay-per-view. They're on the kickoff show, and it sucks. I'm going to predict Ziggler to win this match. It seems like Damien Sandow's been losing every freaking match since he's become Mr. Money in the Bank. So, I don't know. But yeah, I'm going to predict Ziggler. Then the pay-per-view starts. And the first match I'm going to guess they're going to have is going to be the Intercontinental title match, Curtis Axel versus R-Truth. I don't see Truth winning the title. They treat him as a jobber anymore. He's been jobbed out to Bray Wyatt, to Curtis Axel, to Ryback here on SmackDown, apparently. So, yeah, I don't really see Truth winning. And not only that, I'm sure Curtis will have Heyman and Ryback in his corner during this match, and they'll probably interfere in some way to help Axel keep the title. So yeah, I'm going to predict Axel to win that one. Next one I have here is the interesting tag team match between Cody Rhodes and Goldust versus Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns of The Shield. And the special stipulation is, if Cody and Goldust win, they both get their jobs back. But if they lose, they're never allowed to wrestle for the WWE again, and their father, Dusty Rhodes, loses his job as the head of the developmental territory NXT, the Performance Center, and all that crap. So, with their jobs and their futures on the line, I'm going to have to predict that Cody and Goldust are going to win this one. I don't see them letting Cody go. I mean, as much as I don't really like him all that much, and I don't think he's really worth all that much, I really don't see them letting him go. So, yeah, I'm going to guess they're going to win. Next up, we have the Divas title match between AJ and Brie Bella. Now, AJ is probably going to have Tamina in her corner, as well as Brie is going to have her sister Nikki in her corner. So there'll probably be some type of brawling between those two on the outside. Don't really know which way they're going to go with this one. They've been having Brie win a bunch of matches here lately. She even pinned AJ in that big, what was it, a 6-diva tag match or an 8-diva? I'm not sure. But it was some tag match, and Brie actually pinned AJ, so I don't know. They might have Brie win, but I don't know. With Tamina in her corner, I don't think AJ's going to lose. So I'm going to predict AJ's going to win this one. She's going to keep the title. I don't know. After that, we have CM Punk versus Ryback. Now, this one is, again, kind of hard to predict. I've sided with Punk the last few pay-per-views in a row in my predictions. And he's lost the last couple pay-per-views in a row. So, I don't know, but Punk needs to get a win here, and he has vowed to get through Ryback and to get through Curtis Axel and get to Paul Heyman. So I really think Punk needs a win here. So even though he's lost to Heyman and his cronies the last couple of pay-per-views in a row, I'm still going to predict Punk to win this. Somehow, some way, I think he's going to win. I don't know if Heyman and Axel are going to be in Ryback's corner after Axel defends his title earlier in the show. I'm sure it'll be earlier in the show, because nobody really cares about the Intercontinental title right now. I'm going to predict Punk in any event. And that actually kind of reminded me of something, but we'll get to that in a minute. The next match I have written down here is the World Heavyweight Championship Hardcore Rules match between Alberto Del Rio and Rob Van Dam. Now, I just read something that was kind of interesting, and it says that RVD's contract with the WWE is almost run out. It seems like they only signed him to a short-term contract, which is stupid. But yeah, his contract is actually, if I remember reading the article right, it's actually over next week. So yeah. That being the case, they're going to try and write RVD out of the storyline so that they can finish contract negotiations, seeing if they can sign him to a longer-term deal. So with that in mind, my prediction would have to be Del Rio retains the title. Not only that, but according to this little article that I read, not only are they going to have RVD lose here, but they're also going to have Ricardo Rodriguez turn on RVD to join back up with Alberto Del Rio. So it just seems stupid that they had him turn on Del Rio in the first place, only to join back with him later. I don't know, it's really dumb. But that's going to be my official prediction. I'm going to guess that Ricardo will turn on RVD sometime during the match. He'll grab the leg and trip RVD, or he'll slide a chair into the ring, or I don't know what the fuck. Somehow he'll screw over RVD, and Del Rio will win the match, retain the title, and Del Rio and Ricardo will be reunited. Because honestly, Del Rio without Ricardo is just boring as fuck. Del Rio has like no personality, nothing really interesting about him. So it was stupid of them to take Ricardo away from him in the first place. But whatever. Like I said, that'll be my prediction. Del Rio to retain. And the only other match that they officially announced for the card, of course, being the WWE title match, Daniel Bryan versus Randy Orton. Now, with the title held up in abeyance, the title is vacant, so no one will be retaining the title, obviously. All the controversy around the finish at Night of Champions with the referee and the fast count. We got rid of the referee, so I don't know. Hopefully we will have a fair, impartial referee this time. And hopefully there will be no shenanigans with the 3 count. It'll be a nice, steady 3 count. And hopefully this time, when Bryan wins, there won't be any controversy. And yes, that is my prediction. Bryan beat Orton at Night of Champions. Fast count or not, that knee to the face knocked out Cena. Randy wasn't going to get up from it either. Like I said before, you could have counted all the way up to 100. Randy was out fucking cold. If Bryan can hit that knee again, match is done no matter how you slice it. Alright? So again, that is my prediction. Bryan's going to win. It's probably going to be a long match, hard fought. They're going to go back and forth, trading moves. Randy's probably going to try the RKO a couple of times. He may even hit it, but something tells me if he hits it, he'll be too tired to make the cover. And by the time he makes the cover, Bryan will be able to kick out somehow. Might get the yes lock locked in. But I'm going to bet that what's going to end up happening is Bryan's going to hit that super knee to the face, and Randy's going to be out, and Bryan's going to win again. So that's my prediction. And like I said, that was all of the official matches that they have actually announced for the pay-per-view. As per my usual, I also wrote down a couple of possibilities of things that they didn't announce but might happen sort of impromptu or just kind of on the spur of the moment, that sort of thing. Damien Sandow is still the Money in the Bank holder for SmackDown, the World Heavyweight title. I just got done a minute ago going over the Del Rio and RVD match. However, keeping in mind that Sandow has the briefcase, I could potentially see another ending to that match. And that is, Ricardo is probably still going to turn on RVD. But RVD could still potentially win the match and become the new world champion. But what might end up happening after the match is Del Rio and Ricardo could just beat the ever-loving shit out of RVD and leave him beaten, battered, and broken and just waiting to have somebody cash in on him because he's a wounded champion. Sandow could come in, cash in on him, win the title, and that also would be the added benefit of getting Del Rio the hell out of the title picture. So, but then again, that's if the bookers in the WWE and the writers were actually smart. But we know that they're not. So, but that is possible. I also would think they would probably have a tag team match of some sort to possibly find a new number one contender to the tag titles. I don't know if the Usos had their shot at the Shield. If they were able to... I don't remember the Usos even really winning a shot. Not in the last month, at least. I don't really know. But I could see something happening for a new number one contenders to the tag titles. And another match that I could also see is I'm noticing that there's no U.S. title match. And Ambrose isn't doing anything at all on this pay-per-view. He may be there at ringside during the match with Rollins and Reigns versus Cody and Goldust, but that's not really giving him a match, really. So they may do a U.S. title match. Don't know who it would be against. I don't remember him really having a feud or really anything with anybody except for maybe Dolph Ziggler, who is already booked on the Kickoff. And they've already done them with the U.S. title a bunch, so I really doubt that. I don't know. They may just not do a U.S. title match. It seems like the U.S. title and the Intercontinental title, they kind of trade off every pay-per-view or so. You get one month you get a pay-per-view with a Intercontinental title match, and then the next month it's the U.S. title, and it's like... I'm just glad Axel's actually defending the title this month, because it feels like frickin' forever since he actually did defend it. He hasn't hardly defended it. I feel like he should have been stripped of it by now. But then again, with the WWE, they make up the rules as they go along. They probably could have just said, oh, we got rid of the stupid 30-day defense rule. Because for those of you who may not be aware, most titles usually in wrestling, you have to defend the title at least once in every 30-day period. So, if you don't, you're usually stripped of the title. So, you know. But whatever. In any event, those are my predictions for the Battleground pay-per-view this Sunday. Really hoping Bryan wins. The whole controversy at Night of Champions, it really should have just been a moot point. Yeah, there was a fast count, but Randy was also out cold. He wasn't going to kick out. Even if there was a nice steady count. He wasn't going to kick out. But anyways, like I said, that's it for the predictions. Join us on Sunday, where we will go over the pay-per-view as it happens. I'm going to try and get home from work so I can see it. So, join us Sunday, where I will have the results for the Battleground pay-per-view. Thank you for watching once again, and we will see you next time.